Introducing the all-new Mob Bar, the only chocolate bar designed with you in mind. Packed with delicious chocolatey goodness and, wait for it, a dose of paracetamol. That's right. It's the sugar you need and the pain relief you require when you drop it on the floor. Days when you need a sweet pick-me-up, but your joints just can't keep up. Got a bad back? Knees creaking? Or maybe the grandkids are wearing you out? No worries, Mob Bar has got you covered. Mob Bar, the treat that gives you more than just a sugar rush. It's the perfect blend of indulgence and comfort. Take a bite and feel the difference. One sweet, one smooth, and one that takes care of those aches and pains. Mob Bar, available at your local pharmacy or wherever you buy your sweets. Delicious, effective, and perfect for when you drop the ball or the bar. Mob Bar, sweet relief in every bite.
Well, folks, we're back for episode 4, and today we've got 2 exciting announcements. First off, welcome back to our very own Sandy Fairway.
Yeah, fresh from her accident and had a little trip to Turkey, and by the looks of it, Kevin Smith might have hooked her up with his people. You're glowing, Sandy.
Oh, stop it, boys. Just a little vacation pick-me-up. Kevin said it would work wonders, and hey, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
Wow, the voice, what has happened?
Yeah, easy Mike Tyson.
It will go back to normal once the swelling goes down. I will just have to keep smiling.
Sandy, I think you've got enough sparkle to power the whole show. Those teeth could blind someone out on the course.
Yeah, and the Botox, smooth as butter. Seriously, Sandy, you're looking refreshed. I mean, smoother than a putting green after a fresh mow.
You know, when you're in the spotlight like me, a girl's got to stay fresh. Besides, why not add a little volume while we're at it?
Volume? Sandy, you've added a whole new hazard to the course. Those bunkers won't know what hit them.
Yeah, the only thing bigger than those, additions might be Kevin's teeth. But we're glad to have you back, Sandy.
Glad to be back, boys. And I brought more than just a new look. I brought our new sponsor for the week, Mob Chocolate.
That's right, folks. This week's show is brought to you by Mob Chocolate, the only chocolate that gives you the sugar you need and the pain relief you require.
Wait, chocolate with paracetamol in it? So when you drop it, or I don't know, miss an easy putt and throw your back out, you're covered. Perfect for our audience, eh, Sandy?
Oh, you know it. Mob Chocolate is the real deal. It's for those of us who need a little pick-me-up and something to soothe the aches. It's like a birdie and an eagle all in one bite.
So, if you're out there swinging hard like the guys on the Destroyers and your back decides to call it a day, grab a Mob Bar. Sweet relief in every bite, right?
And speaking of the Destroyers, let's get down to business. Today's Spotlight team. They're known for their power swings and for destroying everything in their path. Clubs, balls, and their opponents.
Oh, they're a force, all right. Led by Darren, let's have a gimme Morehouse, the man that has a bigger cigar than Miguel Angel Jimenez.
Let's hope he's stocked up on Mob Bars for the aches tomorrow. All right, folks, without further ado, let's roll the intro video for the Destroyers.
In every great team, there's a leader who always has a plan. Meet Darren the Cigar Morehouse. Like Hannibal from the A-Team, he's always one step ahead. Whether it's leading the charge on the fairways or strategizing in the hot tub with a cigar in hand, he loves it when a plan comes together. Then there's John Hot Pants Parrott, a man known for the tightest clothes on the tour. No one rocks the greens like him. Tight fairways and tighter trousers, that's John's game. Ian Red Wine Goslin, the mankini-loving connoisseur of fine wine. He'll spend more time picking out the priciest red than lining up his shot. And trust us, with the biggest slice known to mankind, you're more likely to find him lounging in the hot tub than on the course. And last but certainly not least, Steve Forgetful O'Dowd. Often puzzled and always a little confused, Steve's the guy who might forget what team he's on, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Together they're not just golfers, they're legends in the making.
All right, folks, we've introduced the destroyers. Now let's talk about the players who think they can blow up the course, but in more ways than one.
Oh yeah, we've got Darren Morehouse leading the charge. Or should I say, leading the gimme club. This guy's gimmies are larger than his cigar. I mean, if we gave him an inch, he'd ask for a mile. Wouldn't he, Chip?
Oh, you boys are being cruel. But honestly, with Darren, it's like the A-team out there. Always has a plan. But it's usually just asking, can I take that gimme? And that cigar. I'm just waiting for the day he accidentally slices it instead of his ball.
Well, he's got the whole Hannibal look going on for sure. I bet Darren's planning his next gimme right now, stroking that cigar like it's part of his strategy.
And speaking of tight strategies, let's talk about John Tight Game, Tight Clothes Parrott. Have you ever seen a man wear his clothes tighter than his short game?
I'm not sure what's tighter, John's grip on his clubs or his outfit on those biceps. He's practically vacuum sealed. But hey, at least his shots are sharp when he can actually breathe in those clothes.
Yeah, he's the only guy I know whose pants squeak when he's lining up a putt.
Now let's move on to Ian Red Wine Slice Goslin. This guy's got a taste for the finer things, especially expensive red wine. You can find him in the hot tub after a round, probably with Darren.
Oh, now boys, are we saying Ian's wine habits are behind his ultimate slice? I'm sure there's no correlation between his wine glass and his golf swing, right?
Well, that depends, Sandy. After a few glasses of that fancy vino, his ball ends up in places even Google Maps can't find. Darren, of course, is always there to share the hot tub and some slice strategy.
Yeah, between Ian's wine and Darren's cigars, those two are practically a walk-in after party. But let's not forget Ian's famous slice. That ball takes more curves than Sandy's new bust.
Oh boys, you flatter me. But let's get back to business. We've still got Steve, Lost and Found O'Dowd, to discuss. Can someone please make sure he knows where he is?
Right? I mean, Steve shows up and we're never quite sure if he's here for the golf or just wandered onto the wrong course. Does he know what day it is?
I don't think so, Chip. I'm convinced Steve's living in his own tournament half the time. And if we don't remind him, he might join another team without realizing it.
Poor Steve. Bless his heart. Let's just make sure someone points him in the right direction for tee-off and maybe give him a mob chocolate bar for good measure. Keep that sugar high going.
Yeah, wouldn't want him on the wrong side of the leaderboard. All right, folks, that's the destroyers for you. Ready to blow up the course one slice gimme and glass of wine at a time.
Stay tuned for the action. And don't worry, we'll keep Steve on the right fairway.
And maybe keep Darren away from those cigars for the sake of all our lungs.
And that's it for today's analysis, folks. See you next time. And remember, with the destroyers on the course, it's not just the competition at risk. It's your sense of direction.